welcome to Spanos Antics. In this episode, it's time to modify the Golf Estate. We're not doing too much, just a daily. All we're doing is just pop the springs out and sticking them lowering ones. Let's crack on. So here's our new springs. I went for eibach. They are the most expensive springs pretty much, but this is what Volkswagen used to fit some of their sport lines and stuff. It's the best before you go coilovers. And here's the springs.
In foreign countries, yesterday, executive Chu Zi was
What we got? 66 on the front. So, to remove this bad boy, there's one bolt behind here, this one, which comes out behind the strut, boom. Unclip these off the strut, and then it's a matter of getting the tube out of the arm. The way I did that was hammering on there, lubricating that, and it just popped out. And there we go. This one's free to undo from the top. Now I've got to do the other side. That's that one out. Just being stubborn, a little trick is, there's actually a split in the back, and you can put that in it. I don't know if you can see that. That side, there. Put that in that gap, hammer that in, and it opens up the gap that the shock sits in. Right, now that's all loose, but it's out. Next up, undo these bolts. It's out. Number two. Out. Okay, springs are out. Now, there's a few ways you can take these off. So, you can use these sort of absolute Widowmaker death traps and try and compress the spring to let the top mount off. It's deadly. Luckily, a good friend of mine has a proper floor-mounted spring compressor tool, apparently. So, to save my arms, legs, and limbs, I'm just going to zip around there with them and quickly swap them over. Let's go. Rangy. And let's bang them on. Oh, Rangy, not been in you for a while. Oh, on the button. Let's go. Only your leg. Bit of advertising.
Oh, yeah, Jay.
All we have to do to remove this is undo this nut off the shock. Now we're just going to rattle can these nuts off. Sometimes this can spin, and if that's the case, you have to use an Allen key and a long reach socket spanner. But we're just going to zip them off and zip them back on.
you literally can bounce down the road.
Yeah. Just wait. Right. Just bring a little bit of copper grease on here so that when we have to take this apart again, when I'm eventually deciding that I'm going to absolutely dump it on coilovers, it won't be as hard to take apart. Let's get the jack and lift that up. That's the big one that goes through there. I'm assuming it goes that way. Oh, little brake pipes back. Okay, we'll try that thing back on. Sweet, that's one side done. Well, that's one side done. A relatively easy job, actually. It's probably one of the easiest cars I've ever had to lower. The Caddy, you've got to take the windscreen wipers off and literally dismantle half the dash, but it's pretty quick and easy. So let's go and crack on with the other side. Right. Definitely dropped a bit. I won't bother getting the tape measure out until we've done the backs. Right, well that's the front taken care of. Let's get this back. Let's have a quick measure of the back before we start. What do we got? It looks big. There is some, I'll get my arm in there. Arm inside height. It is 69. Let's see how it goes. Booty in the air. Let's have a look, shall we? Looks as if we've got fairly new shocks on the back. Mismatching, nice. Springs look new actually. Interesting. Anyway, the plan is I had new rear calipers on one side. Anyway, it's a rear beam, so we should be able to let the shocks off, drop the springs down, bang the new ones in. Let's give it a go. Hello mate.
You alright? Come on, yeah.
Check down there. Right. Got fairly new on the back as well. This thing's got loads of new parts, man. There's the springs. They look new as well. They look spanko. Anywho, let's take this bolt out. Sweet. Hopefully this spring should now drop down. There it goes. That's how you do it. That's easy. Other side. Spring removal. Handled. That's how you do it. These bad boys look quite a bit different on the old height, as well as the ring density. Just chuck them in. So I put the donny on, making sure to get it seated in the right place. And then we'll just whack it in. Bish basty bosh. Now it's just floating at the moment because we need to lift the car a bit so we can get to the point that they bite. So let's jack it up. Check we're seated. Yeah, we're seated nicely. That's ridiculous. That has to be the quickest. I think it'd take longer to take the wheels off than to do a spring swap. Insane. It's got to do these two bolts up, put the wheels back on, dump it on the floor. Well, first impressions, it's definitely lower. Not a lot lower, which is nice. It's just looking about right. What do we think? Let's get the old tape measure out in a minute and have a little measure up. Obviously, it's going to settle a little bit more. Once you drive around, the springs always condense a little bit. We learnt that on the Volvo when we went drag racing and the back end started sagging out. It dropped quite a bit on those springs. Tape measure out, shall we? Let's find the tape measure. Place is a bomb site. It's starting to look good, isn't it? $67, 64.5, 65. Compared to what it was before. A little bit of a drop, but I say there's more to come. Also, I replaced the bushes on the top of the fronts, so they're a bit thicker and they're going to wear down a bit, so cool, man. Okay, springs have been in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, can't quite remember. So let's have a little measure up and see how they've settled and see where our ride height is. So it looks like on the front we have settled at around 64, and on the back we are running 65. Well, ladies and gents, that is a wrap on this episode of Spanos Antics. The new daily golf is all up together. Not trying to be doing much more to it now. Just using it. That's what it was for. Just one of the few little things I want to sort out. Take it easy. Look forward to the next episode. We're going to start smashing on with the Volvo soon. All the parts are pretty much here. I just need to get this axle limited slip sorted, and then that's ready to be put together. It's driving to Bruges this year, so I've got to get that thing ready. There's quite a few trips planned this year, one way or another. Cool, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, take it easy.